Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly focus for May the 7th through to the 13th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now let's turn to the cards and see what kind of energy they show us and how to use it in a positive light in order to go forward on our path. And who do we have first? Oh, the King of Wands. He's turning out to be popular and in the first position. Careful, 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 okay? Um, Aries got this card first. You know, you want to jump in the throne. You want to be king of the hill, king of the mountain, king of the castle. You're not even going to wait for them to fit your crown properly. You are feeling gung-ho. You're feeling alive. You are feeling ready to go forward, and you want to go forward. You want to step into being king now, yesterday. But we have the Death card. Now, the Death card is a very appropriate card because we have the entire week as a full moon energy. So we really need to look at where we want the growth and change in our life, where we want the new beginnings, the rebirth, perhaps the death in our life of old habits, behaviors. Maybe it's a job, maybe it is a relationship. And not necessarily that you are going to end that job or that relationship, but there needs to be some kind of rebirth, some kind of new growth. Essentially, we are looking at where we need healing in our life, where we need closure in our life, where we need to allow completion in our life in order to plant those new seeds when the new moon comes. We are really in a week of preparation because next week, so much of the energy changes, right? The sun will move signs, Mercury moves signs, Uranus will move signs. Uranus will give us a sneak preview of the next 8 years of our life. And then it moves back into Aries towards the end of the year, and then next spring it'll move into Taurus, which is your 12th house, which is really about endings, completion, healing, your spirituality, your service to humanity, your self-sacrifices, your unacknowledged or repressed parts of yourself. So there'll be a lot of healing and closure and completion in your life over the next 8 years. Of places where you need it so that you can go forward to allow those new beginnings to come in. And you'll see the new beginnings appear as closure happens in your life. So this week is really, what else is moving? Mars is moving. Mars is moving signs. Mercury's moving signs. So we have a lot of new energy coming in next week with the new moon next week. Again in your 12th house. So you're getting walloped with this death and rebirth kind of energy. You are getting walloped with this growth and change kind of energy this week. So I would say back it up, okay? I know you want to go forward. I know you want to leap forward. I know you just want to get in there and start your tomorrow. But with the Death card following it, and look at all this fire energy between the two. So be careful with that fire energy because I'm not reading it in the most positive light for you, okay? You might just want to make things happen and you might just jump the gun on some things. Whereas if you would have thought about it and the balance and the harmony that could be through different approaches, it would have turned out a lot nicer. We have the King of Pentacles on the other side. Wow. Truly seeing our abundance and where we can grow, where we can bring in our abundance, our happiness, our joy, our goals to fruition going forward. The King of Pentacles is completely different. He really plans things out. He really thinks things out. He's not the risk taker. It's tried and true how the abundance grows. So we need to take our time. We need to meditate this week. We need to reflect this week. We need to use 2 ears and 1 mouth. Okay, we need to listen twice as much. We need to speak half as much in order to truly understand where we step or how we step forward. Don't make any rash decisions or new plans this week. Not with these cards, at least. Overriding energy. Look at that. Overriding energy is the Ace of Pentacles. So this card, okay, whenever an ace shows up in your reading, that is a path that is to begin. So we are feeling like we want to begin. Absolutely. We are looking towards our goals, our dreams, our desires, how we are going to create that abundance going forward. So we're going to see that path. We're going to be able to focus on that path. And that might give us a little bit more clarity and understanding to act with the death card in a very proactive way of what needs closure in our life. Where do we need healing? So we're not taking that new baggage with us or that old baggage with us, weighing us down. Our underlying energy is the Knight of Cups. There's a lot of things to be grateful for. There is a lot of places where this week there will be opportunities for joy and happiness and love and celebration in your life. If you are looking in that direction, if you are paying attention. So create that joy, that happiness, that celebration kind of energy in your life this week. This could be new love coming in out of nowhere. Will it be long term? It could be, or it could be showing you something about yourself that does need that closure, that does need that healing. Or where you are strong, where you are gifted, that you are not giving yourself the appropriate attention and praise and celebration of who you are. Now, Aries started out wanting 2 cards for work and career and then 2 cards for love and relationships. So everybody gets that this week. So we have, oh, look at that, the 10 of Pentacles with the 4 of Swords for work and career. 10 of Pentacles is your yes card. But we have the 4 of Swords with it. The 4 of Swords is really the warrior that comes off the battlefield. We need to unplug. We need to recharge. We need to recalibrate. We need to understand what the path is that we want to go forward in. When we were out in that battlefield, we weren't sleeping right. We were jumpy. We were edgy. We were always on guard. We weren't eating right. We weren't sleeping right. We were in a state of conflict consistently all the time, 24/7, right? And then we come home and we take off our armor, we hang up our weapons, and we lay down, we rest, we recuperate, we recharge, and we start dreaming of the new beginnings, the new starts. So with the yes card there, what is the new beginning that you want to have happen in your life? Where do you want that energy to appear? That abundance to appear in your life? When it comes to work, when it comes to career, or maybe it's your finances. So meditation is key here. Prayer is key here. Reflection is key here. Or how do you describe yourself? If I met you at a party and I said, so, what do you do? Would you tell me work and career? Would you tell me about your family? Would you tell me about your community efforts? What defines you as a person? And how do you want to be defined as a person going forward? For love and relationships, we have the 2 of Wands. Oh, anything is possible. And the 7 of Swords in moderation. So love and relationships, that could be a lover, a soulmate. It could also be a parent, a sibling, a child, a best friend, somebody close to you at work or within the neighborhood, the community. Now, with the Two of Wands as our first card, the possibilities are endless for new relationships to form or going in separate directions. The Seven of Swords is asking us to simplify things. Also, be a little cautious with people this week. They're not always going to have your back. Okay. Um, Follow your intuition. Your intuition will tell you. If you feel something is off with somebody, chances are you're right. Something is off. Maybe there's a conversation that is needed. Maybe you need to pull away. Maybe you need to step forward. What is truly needed in the relationship in order to take it to the next level? Or to put in a bit of separation there, a little bit of distance between you and the other person. How does that relationship take you forward? What kind of abundance does it bring you as you travel your road together? What kind of abundance do you see happening in your life and evolving in your life because of that person? Maybe that group of people, because we are going the Seven of Swords, we're going to what seemingly is in the background a fair or a celebration of some sort, a carnival, happiness, joy, abundance, win that stuffed animal. Um, So it could also have to do with your one-on-one relationships, but how it also comes into play or melts into group experiences, team play, endless possibilities for, and you kind of almost um, get to write the script out for some of this with those cards. So I would really, meditation and prayer once again, reflection once again. Spirituality, you're the Ace of Wands. You are growing stronger and stronger in your spirituality. You are very strong this week in your spirituality. It is offering you opportunities to step into that it's going to be almost magical, or you're thinking, wow, I'm on a lucky streak, or uh, things like that can happen to you this week. It's how you use it. Do you use it with maturity, or do you use it with the childlike, mine, and it's all about me and I'm so great, and be careful of the ego taking that energy over. Okay, keep it very spiritually aligned. Okay, how can you share that wealth with others? How can you grow the abundance of your tribe, your clan, your family, your community, the world at large? With this opportunity or this newfound I hear treasure chest. So health and well-being, we have the shadow side. What is it you're holding back on when it comes to health and well-being? Here's where you are, here's where you want to be. What's holding you back? Do you feel like you put on too much weight to actually join that exercise class because, wow, everybody's going to notice how chubby you've gotten? The whole reason you're there is to show them week after week how great you are becoming. Now, don't let, I don't know, what you see in the mirror allow fears in to actually stop you from moving in the right direction when it comes to your health, when it comes to your well-being. Is it a group of you that always goes to a fast food restaurant for lunch and somebody goes through the drive-through and everybody gives them the orders, and so you're not eating well, and you don't want to start brown bagging it because nobody brown bags it. We all go for lunch. So, but it might not be the healthiest thing for you, but you would prefer almost to brown bag it. At least some days. But you go with the flow. You meet somebody else's agenda rather than your own. You know, do you work the midnight shift and it's killing you because you're a morning person and you just can't get the right amount of sleep? Because that is so unhealthy for you. It's time to look for a new job. Okay? Unfortunately, you probably can't quit that job without having a new job to go towards, but don't say I'm stuck in this job. I've got to look. If you're still that morning person, then when you leave your midnight shift, go and hand out some applications or some resumes for that job that will suit your lifestyle, suit who you are better. Don't allow extra stresses to come in because you're trying to please somebody else or you feel like you are cornered in a position. There's always a way out of the corner. There's always a way out. So look positively at standing up for your true self and letting your true self shine a little bit more brighter this week. Look for ways that you can bring in that rebirth to yourself. So it might be the death of some routines in your life, some things that you do automatically, subconsciously. It's on autoplay kind of stuff. And see how you can bring in a birth of new experiences, new ways of doing, and new ways of becoming. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.